Welcome back. Well, it's all about the apples this morning, where to find the best ones and what to do with them once you've brought them home, which is pretty obvious when you look at this box.
Yes, co-owner of Bakeology in Fargo. Actually, owner.
Yes.
Yes, full owner. Christina Lau joins us this morning. She's going to share a few apple recipes, and we're going to peel apples, right?
We are going to peel some apples. So we're making a caramel apple pie today, and the first thing we're going to do is peel some apples. So this is an apple peeler core slicer. All you do is you pull back this device.
Okay.
You want to center your apple on here, and then you just turn the crank.
Okay.
So I'll let
It's
you
been a
turn the
while.
crank if you want to.
Yeah.
It's been a while, she said, like, you're a veteran peeler.
I have an apple peeler at home.
Well,
I'll
last
have you
week
know.
I was doing this.
She did tell me she has an apple peeler at home. It's true.
Wow, you doubting Thomas, you. Where do I put my hand again?
You can just
Oh, it's been a while,
anywhere.
yeah.
You just turn it and it
I
goes.
just don't want it to fall off.
I don't know if it's secure on the table.
what I
Boy, it's just like riding a bike, Larson. You're picking it up
Hey.
like no problem.
All right,
So
I'm
this
going to take those peaches back that I gave you the other day. Ah, look at this. You do need a little bit of muscle, which is probably why Chris isn't going to do this.
So
Let's
this
see here.
peels, cores, and slices the apples. So then
Okay.
all you have to do is pull it off of here,
Yes.
and you have all of your apples
Oh my
already
gosh, I love
sliced.
that thing.
And then you can just cut it in half or fourths, whatever you prefer.
Okay.
And then they're ready for your apple pie.
Nice.
Wow.
Very
So
easy.
what I'm gonna have us do today is we're having 6 cups of apples.
Okay.
So we'll pour this in here, and then we have 3/4 cup of sugar, and we can just pour that right over. If you want to pour the flour in
Oh, I would love
there,
to. I'd love to.
1/4 cup of flour. Then we have a whole tablespoon of cinnamon. This adds a lot of flavor. I love adding cinnamon to fall
Yum.
baking.
Okay.
Then we have a quarter teaspoon of nutmeg.
Yep.
And then we have a teaspoon of white wine and vanilla.
Perfect.
So we can mix all
it
that
up?
together if
Okay.
you want to take care of that.
Yes, I would
I'll
love
hand that
to.
bowl to you. So that's the filling,
Okay.
and we'll stir that up, and then we'll let that macerate for a while we make our crust. This is a super easy crust to make, and if you make it in a food processor, it takes all the muscle power out of it, which
Nice.
is kind of nice,
Yeah.
you know? So for this, all we need is 2.5 cups of flour, if you want to pour that in
right.
there. And then 2 tablespoons of sugar.
Okay.
And then if you want to grab the salt, it's just a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then we'll just shut the lid and we'll hit the on button. I have it on backwards
Wait, you
here.
do that like
Here we
reverse.
And just give it a pulse a few times. And then that's all mixed together.
All right.
And then we'll take some butter. I probably should have cut this up beforehand, but it's a cup of butter, and you just cut it into some tablespoon size pieces. So if you cut a cup of butter into 16 pieces, that'll give us exactly what we need.
When I'm not busy throwing these at Chris, they're kind of good.
They are
apple
good.
peels.
When I would make apple pie and I was little, I would always want to eat all of those little stringy worm-looking things.
Yeah, they're so
I
great.
called them worms.
Yeah.
You know. So if you just want to throw some of this butter
All right.
into the bowl there, and then we just pulse it until the butter
Thank
chunks
you.
turn into nice pea-sized portions. And then the reason that you want those pea-sized portions is because that's what makes your crust nice and fluffy.
Really?
Yes. So if we just pulse it a few times until it starts combining all that butter. And then once it's all pea-sized, we'll add the water. And
Okay.
I usually like to just add the water and then give it a few more pulses, and then I throw the dough into a bowl and kind of squish it a little bit together with my hands. So now we've got that combined. You can just kind of drizzle it around the top. Beautiful. I'll just give it a few more pulses.
Yeah, I mean, it's just this. When you see the finished product, it almost looks like it's out of a painting. It looks so perfect.
I know it, isn't it?
So that's all combined. Now we have this nice dough that's formed in here that turns out to be this
Like
dough
that.
here. So then
Wow.
we'll flour a surface. And move some of this aside.
You can freeze it, I bet, too, right?
You can
That dough?
freeze these. You can freeze the dough, or you can make the whole apple pie is what I like to do. And then if you have company coming over, all you have to do is heat up your oven, throw it in for an hour, and hey, all you've got to do
You're
is
good to
make that
go.
caramel
Yeah.
sauce, and you're good to go. So some great places to get apples this fall. You can go locally here in Fargo to Orchard Glen, probably the end of August here, beginning of September into mid-September is when they'll all start being perfect to go and pick and make some apple pies. This pie is great with really tart apples.
Yeah.
You have that rolling pin there.
Okay.
Or if you want to roll it out, you can go for it.
I'll
There's
try to give it a
also-
shot here.
Let's see the muscles at work. There's also Angelic Gardens. You found that one in Minot.
In Minot, North
Yeah.
Dakota.
There's a
Yes.
call for a little bit more information on that.
Yes.
Frazee, Minnesota, Hancock, Minnesota, Alexandria. So really, you could just
Yep. You can go make an afternoon of it, pick some apples with your family,
Yeah.
and here, we'll try and make it a little rounder.
It's
So
been a
if you
little
wanna
while since I've done
go
this,
this
Christina, so-
direction too.
so mean.
Oh, you guys are funny. So once you have this pie all ready to go, and you'll bake it in the oven for an hour at 400 degrees.
Okay.
And the trick with caramel apple pie is to add the caramel after it's been baked.
Okay.
So that's a really easy recipe we have too that I'll show you guys in a
Yeah,
second.
go to bakeologyfm.com for this recipe.
Yes.
Guaranteed
How
to
can we
be.
make it look so easy?
It's got lots of muscle.
The thing that makes pie easy is, it's just this few simple ingredients.
Yeah.
And what I like to do to put it in the pan is just fold it in half, fold it in half one more time, and then I have a quarter, and you just find the corner of the pan and unfold it in your pie
How
pan.
clever is that?
So that makes it so you don't, break your crust. I know that a lot of people have issues with that. So we've got that sitting here. And if you want to pour that
I would love
apple
to.
mixture in here
Yes, I would
and get all the goodies out from the side of the bowl, because that's where all the flavor is hiding.
Oh, you're right. There it is.
Wow.
There it is.
Yeah.
I didn't do as good of a job stirring it.
That just looks
Yeah.
incredible.
Okay.
That would be really good.
You guys are really standing back. Okay.
We're standing back.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you let it macerate for a little longer than we showed here on TV today, that'll kind of help make all those juices come out and absorb into the sugars and everything in here. So then you put another crust over the top. I don't know how much time we have to roll out
Yeah.
another crust, but we put that over the top, cut some slits, and bake that in the oven. And then about 10 minutes before it's done, you can make a caramel sauce. So to
Okay.
do that, all we need to do is put a half a cup of brown sugar with a quarter cup of butter. Where did my butter
Right
go?
there,
This
okay.
is the butter we
Thank
need.
you.
And we'll let that melt in the pan. Let it simmer for about 2 minutes, and that'll help make it caramelize a little bit. And then once it's done simmering,
Yes.
you just add your cream and vanilla afterwards. So we're not simmering it today. So I'm not going to add that into there.
So-
But another trick here is to add some butter
Okay.
into your pie before you put that final crust on top.
Oh.
And then that melts into all your sugars
Oh,
that are
that's
in the pie
brilliant.
as well. Adds some moisture and helps that caramelization process happen one more time.
We've got a minute left. Are you okay if we show off this pie? 'Cause it just
Sure,
looks
yeah, you guys want to cut into it
incredible to
and
me.
give it a try?
I would love that.
And again, you put everything on the top.
Yes.
When it comes
When it comes out
Okay.
of the oven, you pour it over the caramel over the top, and then once you have that caramel poured over the top, you put it back in the oven for 3 minutes and let it bubble up. Once your pie looks like it's happily bubbling in the oven, then it's done. Then that caramel's all absorbed into the pie, and we've got a nice.
This
Look at that.
No, it looks better than like any
Yeah.
pie I've ever seen.
Yes.
I'm moving, so I don't have my
That is
real pie
incredible.
server.
That's great.
Can we just
What
show
is
this
that one?
off? I mean, look at the. What is it? Just caramelized here, or what's going on here?
Yep,
That-
so there's the apple with all those
Oh.
goodies, cinnamon and everything, and then the caramel soaks through.
All right, you guys can have
So-
this. I got my piece right here, so we'll be good to go. We'll be right back with some more Crustini.
Christina Lau.